You do not have to speak Japanese to get a Japanese girlfriend. If you are her type, she will go out of her way to try and communicate with you.
Hi. Okay.
Come on. Come.
遊びたいだけじゃんそれ。はい、OK。
はい。
OK。
Quick side note, the paperback of my book, How to Date Japanese Women, is out now. If you're interested in Japanese women, my book is for you. Because there's a lot of intricate details about the culture that we Westerners don't really pay attention to, but will cost us the shine. And today I'm going to be covering the most important things you need to know to get a Japanese girlfriend. Japan is another world. It has a completely different dating culture. And some things that we do here in the West that make you look like a man, right? In Japan, make you look like a sideman. For example, ladies first, right? When I met my sugar mama for the first time in a train, right? And I try to be a gentleman and just gestured to her like, hey man, ladies first. She'd be like, nice.
Well, actually, I'm getting off here, same station.
Yeah, so you want to take Ishuni.
Men's first in Japan.
Really?
Yeah.
Serious?
Right.
Wow.
This is Japanese style.
so basically what she was telling me is, as a man, you have to lead the relationship non-stop. And there's no such thing as putting us in a pedestal, right? And I find that a lot of us think that because Japanese women are so cute, they want you to put them on a pedestal, you know? But in reality, they want you to be the man of the relationship. They want you to be a man and take charge, 100%. In my previous video, I said it's in the West, it's 50-50, but in Japan, it's 120 minus 20. So you have to decide everything, where you will sit, what you will do, right? But that's only at the beginning of the relationship, right? Once you're already in a relationship, you will find very quickly that they will become westernized and will actually enjoy some of your culture.
日本人とここ人、何が違いますか? I mean, dates. Yeah, dates.
あー、デート。
うん。
レディーファーストがすごい、なんていうの、日本人あんまりしてくれない、レディーファースト、日本人は。
そうですか?
そう。
So here you can see like my friend was married to a Japanese woman, and the one thing that really attracted her to him was the ladies first thing. So you gotta see, you know, early on in a relationship, you gotta make sure you set the boundaries that you the guy, right? But when the relationship becomes a little bit more intimate, then she's more open to your Western dating culture.
Yeah?
Okay.
And trust me, I know it's confusing as hell, right? Like to understand women, it's hard, but to understand Japanese women, you have to think like.
Okay. ほとんどの日本の女の子は白い肌を好みます。そう、なんでかっていうと、日本の女の子はセクシーより可愛いが好きだね。
You will find that a lot of Japanese women walk around with umbrellas, right? Because they don't want to get darker. To them, dark is not beautiful. But then you have the other side of Japanese women who think darker is more masculine. So what I would advocate is, which is probably one of the best tips I can give you, is, and if you're a white guy, look for the women who wanna date a white guy, who think white is beautiful. If you're Indian or black, look for a woman who thinks being darker is more attractive, looks more masculine. You know, trust me, you will have won half of the battle. But there's a small subset of Amajos, which are probably the most attractive women in Japan. For them, you have to be American. If you happen to be British, Australian, or African, don't worry, I've got you. You just pretend. So if she asks you, are you from America? You just say,
That is alright. We're same color.
You white guys don't have it any easier, because to some Japanese women, you have to be tall, you have to have blonde hair and blue eyes, right? Otherwise, you won't kick it for them. And again, the reason for that is the media pushes a certain image, so they're ignorant about other individual differences and only know this main image that the media pushes out. If you happen to be really short, if you happen to have dark hair, you will have to adapt different strategies. Don't worry, I've got you. Link in the description below. Tip number 3. You do not have to speak Japanese to get a Japanese girlfriend. If you are her type, she will go out of her way to try and communicate with you.
Hi.
OK?
Come come.
遊びたいだけじゃんそれ。はい、OK。
Hi.
OK。
You know? And to a lot of people, this is like a little turn off and they think they have to learn Japanese, right? But on the other hand, speaking Japanese will give you a wider pool of different girls, right? If you want to have one of those cultural girls who you can wife, right? Like in my previous video, I was talking about Giovanni, who was married to like the perfect wife. Link up here. Obviously, speaking a little bit, not even that good, but at least a little bit will help, right? In my book, I cover we humans, our emotions dictate our behavior, not the other way around. So if a girl feels a certain way about you, if a girl already likes you, anything you say, even if you speak no Japanese, they will start giggling. They'll be like, what you say actually only matters if she's not attracted to you. Okay, keep that in mind. If she likes you, she won't have a problem to use Google Translate with you. In fact, it's exciting, right? If the attraction is already there, you don't really need to talk. Usually what I try and do is I try and spend as much time as possible with the girl where talking is not necessary. That's why, for example, going to karaoke for the first date is very good, because you will be surprised that a lot of Japanese girls who don't speak English can sing English. Really strange, but true, right? Or in a club, I just go to the bar with her and have her sit on my lap and then enjoy the scenery, the music, right? And in this way, you don't really have to talk much, but at the same time, you build kind of comfort. Next tip, one of the reasons why I didn't do so well in my first trip in Japan, the first time I went, is because I was not persistent enough. Because a lot of Japanese girls, they struggle to express their emotions, right? If they like you, they like you. If they like you, they won't necessarily always show. And I would take it as a no, right? It's the surrounding people that might not approve of her being interested in you, or maybe she's just too shy. So what you want to do instead is be there, be persistent without being pushy. In other words, just be there, let your intentions know, but don't be like, hey little mama, this is little John from the east side, you want to come to the house? The last tip that I want to give you is, you don't always have to spend money on the girl, right? And this was a little culture shock for me because I'm used to like having to spend money. So this one time, I matched a girl on Tinder and I met her right away, like the next day. And I was a little bit nervous, so I planned everything out, you know. I wanted everything to be perfect, you know, like the perfect date. So I planned for almost where we go, what we'll do, this and that, right? So tell me why, when we ended up meeting, right, after going for a 10-minute walk, she says, we don't have to eat right now. And I look at her, what do you mean we don't have to eat right now? But what she was saying to me is, I'm comfortable enough, right? We don't have to eat. Let's just go to a love hotel. Basically, that's what she's saying. So for some girls, right, you will find that she just want to make sure that you're not a psycho. She want to make sure that she wants to meet you in public and make sure that you're not like a crazy madman. So she wants to meet you in public first, feel a little bit comfortable. Once she feels a tiny bit of comfort, right, boom, that's it. Then you will find other girls that will pay for everything, you know. She'll pay for your dinner, she'll pay for the love hotel, you know. These are cool girls, right? And To them, it's not a problem because they work a lot in their work and money is not a big deal for them, right? But there's a certain type of girl, if you come across them, for the love of God, pick up the bill. Because not spending money shows that you're not a viable mate.